Okay, we are here, and we are here on the 10th of not October. Oh, please no, August. August. Because I mean, this is the time, as those of us that have been around for a while, and all of us have, this is when we start actually thinking seriously about holiday sales, right? Isn't that kind of crazy? But this is when we start going, okay, I want to make sure that I got everything in place and things are moving along here so that we can have great holiday sales and things are picking up. Have you got, are all your people in school now, the kids in school? Because that makes a big difference. Not yet, huh?
Not yet.
No, our school started this week, and so there's a mindset of like getting out already into fall. But anyways,
The school specials.
I'm sorry.
Did you have any back to school specials?
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen anything. I haven't been looking for it. I think everyone's really focused on the new skincare and on getting pre-orders for the fall pencils and stuff. I haven't seen any back to school things. I know we used to do those. There were some really cute ones, but I haven't seen anything recently. Maggie, you have access to a lot of different groups. Have you seen any back to school special offers?
Well, I try to stay away from the idea of just having a sale for the sake of having a sale, but the idea that I came up with is there are cute little bag. I mean, I don't know if you can see with my, hold on, let me turn off my blurred background. Oops, wrong one, wrong way. That's not the way to do it. Okay, there you go. It's a cute little bag, and I found the one that says teachers, was it like supply pack or something? It's just a little bunch of little samples. But the idea was to do a raffle in my group, or at least among my customers for their teachers. If they have kids in school, they want to, every product they earn or every product they buy, they get a certain number of raffle tickets to get little giveaways to their teachers in their kids' lives. So I thought that would
What
be
a great idea.
it's getting products out there a little bit, maybe kind of leading to warm chattering, but then also to like kind of show appreciation, even though teacher appreciation wasn't what May. I thought it was a cute little idea, so I bought them.
Teachers are really wanting to be appreciated right now. They really are. That was my girl. Well, okay, so Maggie, that's a great idea. The other thing crossed my mind, I haven't initiated yet, is those little scratch off cards that we got. Remember how we got all those little scratch off cards? And to do something now that hi Jessica, thank you for being here. Hang loose. We're doing our what happened with your week moment, and then I will introduce you. But seriously, I think a scratch off card, you could use it for warm chatter. I mean, it would be great to do a scratch off card, especially if you wanted to do, you could do a discount or maybe a free product. If you want to set up a launch party for the fall colors, etc. You understand what I'm saying? And to do something maybe for August orders, because then they can get a scratch off card if they use it by September 15th or something like that. Because September 15th will be, of course, the end of the quarter, and you want to really focus on that. So that might be good. So anyway, we were just getting started here. I would love for you guys to meet Jessica and for you to introduce yourself. So I mean, Ruth, well, maybe I could start with you. Tell Jessica who you are and a little bit about you.
Oh, okay. My name is Ruth Mabel. I'm in a suburb of the Chicago area in Elmhurst, Illinois, kind of nearby where Nancy used to live. And I was a customer for her for like 10 years or so. And I just said, okay, I'll sell, no problem. Yeah. So I've known her for like 30 years. We're not that old. and so I've been enjoying Mary Kay just on a kind of a leisurely type of sales ever since.
But how many, did we figure out how many years have you been a consultant? 16, 18, 20 years, something like that?
Almost 20, but I think about more like 16. So if you want to say that's almost 20, that's fine.
Well, let's give you an applause because you said you're working 2 jobs at work. So, all right, good for you.
Thank you.
Maggie, would you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Maggie, I used to also live close to where Nancy used to live, but now I'm in near New Haven, Connecticut. I've been in Mary Kay, I guess, gosh, 24 years. And what was the other thing we're saying? How
Well,
busy
just
we
say,
are?
like,
What?
actually, what I didn't ask for was what great things happened last week in your business.
Oh, I mean, we just got back from seminar last week. So that was like the big I earned another ring this year, and I don't have it on me, but I chose the blue topaz from 2021. And I just adore that ring, and it's in my bag, so I'm going to go get it. So thank you.
All right. Okay, go get that. All right, good for you, Maggie. And Ruth, what was your great thing for last week?
Great thing for last week, I had a breather.
Actually, noticing how absolutely no one did work like the accomplishment sheet, I think everyone had a breather. Okay, so Beth, would you introduce yourself? It's like, okay, that was the week. Beth, would you introduce yourself, please, to Jessica?
My name is Beth Owen. I'm from live in St. Louis anyway. Have a family. Work as a vet tech. And as far as this past week, I've still got 4 appointments on the book. I just keep adding appointments.
Woohoo! I like that. Go, Beth, go. Also, Princess Court Achiever for last year, 2 years in a row. Okay, going well, doing well. Suzanne, I'd love for you to introduce yourself.
Sure, I'm Suzanne, and I'm adopted by Nancy. Thank you. I live in Connecticut. I've been in Mary Kay. It'll be 14 years in October. And I also just got back from seminar with Nancy, Maggie, and Beth. And I had 2 orders today and yesterday that I delivered. So I sold 8 products.
Good for you. Good for you. And you know what? We need to get you onto our weekly accomplishment sheet. So onto put me in as an adopted director. I can't remember if I have to add you or you need to add me, or maybe we both. Jessica
have to-
probably knows how to do that.
Nancy, you have to add her.
Okay.
Kim
Nancy,
had to add me.
what?
Kim had to add me, so you got to add her.
Oh, okay. All right, Suzanne, I'll add you. Okay, that sounds good. I just need your consultant number so you can send that to me. I think that's what I have to do. So, okay. And Melissa, good to see that pretty face. Who are you?
Hi, I'm a new consultant and jumped in at the end of the year. And this week was Cynthia's birthday week, so we got together, we did our business cards, making a plan. We were both nervous about chatting in public, and so we've made a plan to go out and support each other. I'll talk to somebody and she'll talk to somebody, and as soon as our cards come in, and we haven't done it yet, but that's the plan.
All right. Well, congratulations, Melissa. And I know you are working on your vision board, which actually I wanted to remind everybody. Beth Owen, you have a vision board. You have a great big fold out vision board. You're so smart. And I just want just a couple of comments, and then we're going to just jump right in and hear from Jessica. But one of the theme I swear at seminar was a lot about belief. And Kristen Rogers, I always say that. Kristen Sharp she was talking about at her director call this week. It seems like everyone's talking about belief and how you really need to have the belief. And about 20% of your success in Mary Kay is skill. The other 80% is the belief. If you think you can, you will create and you can call it an aura or whatever it is, but if you really are going for that, okay, so I mean, that's why you have tracking sheets, okay, and the tracking sheets are really valuable. There's a sheet, I think I might have put this up because there's some sheets that I've well, you can't see them, never mind. Some sheets that are available, all kinds of places, and pick and choose some sheets, but so it's good to track, because it keeps you kind of focused and accountable. But if you don't believe, I mean, if you're kind of like, I don't know if I can do it. My thing always has been, if someone else can do it, I think I can. I don't know how it works. I'm willing to find out. And then I also, as we talked about last week, I put limits on myself. Like I said, my first 4 years as a star consultant, I achieved Sapphire every quarter because it didn't occur to me to do any more. Well, hello. So let's think a little bit bigger. So I'm going to encourage every one of you to put this into, we can talk about it individually or come up with some kind of a tracking sheet that's going to have a goal that you really, really want. And it needs to be a stretch goal. Okay, not necessarily just comfortable, but make it your best year ever. Okay, just make it, and make it each month your best month ever. I love to do that. Okay, so and that's really a lot of my messages, because our word for this year is focus, and so we've been focusing. So now we're going to add on belief. See what you want to go. I mean, Suzanne, you're a great example. Your goal was to be back in your red jacket by seminar, and boom, you created that because you believed you could, and you had a deadline. And however you tracked it, I don't know, but you got back in your red jacket. So I don't need to convince you to do that, to learn that, because I think you all know that. So anyway, there's Beth. Look at Beth. There's a girl with a vision board. Okay. Vision board. And Beth, you said you're doing a lot of tracking. Is that right, Beth?
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, I can put on there and add some more onto that bubble.
Okay, and Beth loves to track, leaving that message on our Facebook group of how many items she sold, and that's really, really good too. And Ruth also, thank you, Ruth, for doing that. That's great. Okay, well, I don't really want to stop, interfere anymore, because we have got an amazing, wonderful friend of mine that teaches me techie things. I love her. And we live a little bit of the opposite side of town, but this is a woman on a mission, and I'm sure that you do tricky. Isn't she pretty? Jessica is just so pretty. I like her. And all I know is that you have a new offspring director in the last year, and I don't even know what else is going on in your life. I don't even know how long you've been a consultant, but she, all the way from California. Actually, she lives here in Las Vegas. So would you introduce yourself, Jessica?
Of course I could do that. So I have seen some of you, because I have been on here in the past before. So like Maggie, your Facebook's familiar. Beth, Ruth, I think your guys' Facebook's familiar as well. So excited to come back and be able to talk to you guys. Let's see, a little bit about me. Yes, I am from Northern California, up in Chico, but I moved to Vegas about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago now, and basically left my whole unit. I've been a consultant, or I've been in Mary Kay for 14 years, was a consultant for 3, and then have been for 11 years a sales director. So when I moved to Vegas, I basically left my whole team, my whole unit, and started over fresh in a brand new city that I knew not absolutely one person, you guys. And I reached out to a pink sales director here and was like, I need to get connected, because like I literally don't have a network of anybody here. I just moved my whole family and don't know it all. So it's been 4.5 years. It's been a blessing. And yes,
and you have a crazy busy life. You've got 3 kids.
I do have 3 kids. I have 18-year-old, which I think she takes most of my time, no, and a 16-year-old, and I have a 10-year-old as well, and sports and all that stuff. So we got a crazy schedule, but Mary Kay is my only thing that I focus on. I shut the door of my special education teacher about 2 years into my Mary Kay business, when I earned my free car, because they say to burn your ships. Have you guys heard that phrase before? burn your ship. So there's no backup in case it doesn't work out, right? It's going to work out. So I quit my teaching job a little prematurely, and knowing that I wanted to be a sales director, and with my crazy life, I needed to burn that ship in order to make that dream come true for me. So it's been 11 years now and I love it.
Wow.
All right, Nancy. So how much time do I have? And
Well, you have, I mean, a good 20, 25 minutes or even more, if it depending, because what we want to learn. I don't understand this whole pop-up thing. I'm trying to grasp this. And I did pull up my board, so I do have some I can share
okay.
a little bit whenever you want me to.
Okay, perfect. Not yet. So I would say become masterful at this. So this is why she had me come on here and talk to you guys about it. Now, there are different ways. This is not my idea. I did not come up with the idea. This idea actually came from Ari Hathaway. She's National Sales Director back in 2020 when we first started the pandemic, and we needed to get creative about not going into people's homes and what are other kind of like parties or ways that you can get in front of your existing customers and potential new customers. And so this is where she created the first initial pop-up. But I have taken that idea and just kind of expanded upon it in my own version and created my own flyers for it above and beyond what she originally had told us. And I have used this every 3 months. I do at least a pop-up. So there's a couple ways that you could do this. So first, let's talk about the ways that you can do it with your existing customer base. Okay. So those are the people that are already your customers, and they come, sorry, there's my little one. Okay, so existing customers. So there's a lot of the customers that maybe aren't on a lot of product that you would love for them to be on. And so I love pop-ups because it's educational and it gives them specials to buy in bundles of maybe things that they didn't use before. So what this looks like is, stop.
I'm just saying, let's have that.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Sorry.
He does this every time, but what he doesn't know is that this is not my unit. He does it to my unit, but he doesn't know that you guys are not my unit. So I apologize. Okay, so what this looks like, first of all, is a pop-up is what I do is I choose one day and I send out a script, which I have this all on boards link that we could send you so you guys can use them if you wish. But basically it's just an invite, and I do a mass text individually using a messaging app. There's all sorts of ones that you can get from Mary Kay. There's Scipio. I use Project Broadcast, which just means I have a lot of customers, and to sit there and invite all of them in an individual text message without a messaging app is difficult. So I do take advantage of that, and I just give a first invite saying like, hi, I'm super excited. I have a pop-up that we're going to do on this day and this time. And what this looks like is you're going to get a text message from me every hour from about 10 to 9. So a total of 9 text messages of that hour's special. And then, but they get to take advantage of all those 9 specials throughout the day. And then you close out the sale at the end of the day. So I do this once a quarter, and I just make new specials with the newer product that's coming out. And so Nancy, if you want to screen share one of the boards, and maybe let's do, let's see, which one do I want to share on first? Because this one is more of a,
I've got to find, because I transferred your stuff over, but then I'm
Okay.
not sure where it went.
okay, keeps, it might be in the shared with me file, because right now you're in the National Go Giver info, but if you come over here to the board's columns, sorry, all the way to your, I guess that would be your left-hand side, you see? Go down to the shared with me.
Ah, okay, thank you. Ah,
No, I don't see it in there. Where did you put it?
I don't know. I just transferred it over, but I don't know where it went. That's part of the problem with me, is I don't know where things go.
What about the fall pop-up sale? Because I think that's one that I had.
Yes, this came from you.
Okay, so this is an example. So this happened to be with the fall products that we had out. Okay, so here's just an example. So if you click on the invite text, this would be an example of what I send out to invite the masses. So I might send this out to like 300 customers. Okay, now I'll probably on average, when I send out that many text message, I'll get a response saying they do want to be a part of it because I am wanting to get permission in order to send out 9 text messages on that day. Anywhere from about 25 to 30 has been my average every quarter. So 30 of all my customers will say, yes, please let me be a part of it. And then I kind of create a group for those 30 people who said, yes, they want to be a part of it. Okay, you could back out of that.
You create a group, a texting group or a Facebook group, or what kind of group?
Great question. So I do this through, it's kind of like creating a tag. I do it through my project broadcast, and it just basically groups all these people with like a tag through my messenger app. So I'm not having to go in and like
Messenger. Oh,
click, not Facebook Messenger, but it's project broadcast. Anybody know of project broadcast?
Yeah, I have it.
You have it? Okay.
I-
So you know how you can create a tag?
Mhm.
Okay, so I just created a tag that will say like my fall pop-up. And then I'll put the girls who said, yes, I want to be a part of this pop-up sale. So now
Okay.
I have all of those ladies in this pop-up sale, so I'm not having to remember who said yes to me. And the goal is that I will schedule this all in advance. So the day of the sale, it actually just runs on its own. So the image that I will send with that first text is right here where it says 100% virtual and VIP access. Okay, so that's the image that I just send with the invite text. All right, go ahead and exit out of that.
Jessica,
Yes.
does that program automatically insert the names that you want to send it to, or how does that work? Because you have, hi, first name, it's Jessica, your favorite.
Yes. So it takes those 30 people and they're individually getting, it says, hi, Susie, when I program it.
So it's a program that inserts all of the people you want to send it to.
Correct. Instead, because a lot of people don't like being in like a group text message. So this is why I don't like Facebook Messenger personally, creating a group in there. And I also don't like just group texting because people get frustrated with it when conversations start to happen. And so I really have loved what Project Broadcast does. It does cost a fee, but if you do have a big customer base, it's definitely worth the communication with your customers to have it.
can you do
So I
that
can
through,
Google.
can you do that through Mary Kay customers, my customers?
You can do that through customers, but I don't know how the grouping, I haven't personally used that. So I don't know how to group it, but that's a possibility. Because yes, you can text your customers.
So that group, what the name of it, it's an app that you have to put on your computer and you pay for it on an annual basis.
You pay for it. Great question. So Project Broadcast, I've tried Scipio myself, and that's a little bit more expensive. But Project Broadcast, I believe, is now $14.99 a month. And you do it monthly, and then they give you credits. And so every time you send out a text message, that counts as a credit. But when you receive a text message back from whoever you are texting, that does not count as a credit towards you, only when you send out text.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, and I think
Interesting.
I think you get 500 credits for your $14 a month or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just for me the best way. Otherwise, if you have a small customer base, let's say you sent out this, just by doing the individual thing on Mary Kay, and you only got 10 women who wanted to be a part of it, that's ideally the number that I would go for, is to shoot for 10 people that said, yes, they want to be a part of it, for it to be a successful event. And then you could just write down all those people and their phone numbers and manually go in and text them and set an alarm every hour to send out a text message on the day of. So it's just a little bit more time consuming if you don't decide to invest into something like Project Broadcast. Okay, so you got your 30 people, okay, who said yes. Now you need to text them every hour on the day of your sales. So I like to do an instructional post. So go ahead and click on that instructional post, Nancy.
Whoops. Whoops. Oh, there.
Right there. Yeah, that one. So this would be the first text message that I would send them. If my event starts at 10, I want to send it to them an hour in advance. So basically just explain to them what they're going to be doing today, that I will have a post with a product and a set for each hour. I'll describe the product. An infomercial will be included in of each product, and the regular price, and then the pop-up deal price. And then if you're interested in getting the product, you just text me back that you want it. That's it. All right. Then I also send this picture right here where it says fall pop-up 1 hour away. That's with that post or that text message. Now at 10 o'clock, yep, that's the one I would go with, that instructional post. Then at 10 o'clock, so 10 a.m., then I would do the pop-up special one. I would put the text message and the picture. So here's just an example. I create these flyers myself on Canva, but I did make it so you could take one and put your own specials together. But basically this was the pomegranate. And so if they got that, and this was during fall holiday season that I created this one, then they got to have a free hand cream with it. So I just kind of create mostly a special that makes that is smart for me and what I have in my inventory, right?
Do you tend to use gift with purchase or discounts?
I tend to use a gift with purchase. So it's like buy this set and either get this half off, not necessarily discounts. So they're getting more when they buy. Is kind of
Okay.
the idea, because I don't really want to give a whole lot of discounts, but like here, this will save them $12, right? Because they're going to get this for free.
Right.
And like I said, it just depends on how much I have on my shelf. So that's why I like to create my own every quarter. I can look at my inventory and be like, okay, what do I need to move? Let's create a special with it. All right, so you can exit out of that one and then exit out of that one. Sorry, go to the X at the top.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, now just so they could see the verbiage. So if you click on the satin hands and feet one, special one, the verbiage. Yeah, there we go. So here's the text message. I am, you guys can read it, but basically it's just describing what the product is. And then this is just happens to be a TikTok that I included. That is somebody showing how to use the satin hands. So kind of like an infomercial of the product itself. So that would be special one, right? So then there's a special 2, special 3. So they'll get a new one sent to them. So here's another one. If they buy the full set, normally if they were to buy, the full set plus the mini of the repair line, it would cost them $156. But today I'm only going to charge them $120 because I'll give them the mini go set for free when they purchase a retinol. Okay, so that's basically what the pop-up looks like, and you could do it in one day. Now, that is more of a holiday, like with your existing customers. And like I said, this one is an old one from last year, right? This was last year's products. Any questions on that one?
So how much time, just out of curiosity, how much time does it take you to prepare that? Because you're obviously doing a major preparation for a week or two in advance to have it all done automatically.
It takes me about 8 hours, only because I've gotten good at it. See, this is why I said it's masterful. I have put it into action, figured out how to use Canva, but once you get it figured out, but you see down at the bottom here, there's a blank one. That way somebody can just input this blank form into Canva, and then they can kind of create their own specials. And honestly, you guys, I Google pictures. I type in like Mary Kay hand cream. And then most of the time I find it from Mary Kay, the image itself, or I'll go onto the Mary Kay In Touch and look up Product Central and get my imaging from there. and just copy and paste into
And there's
Canva.
stuff on Pinterest too.
Yeah, and there's stuff on Pinterest that you can clip and just kind of make your own thing. Now,
You can go to Google and type in, like you said, Mary Kay, whatever, and then hit images, and then it'll show all these pictures.
yeah, and then I just pick one that I like and click copy and then paste it into my board with the background that I want. And then I just kind of create my special. Now, it does, the hardest part is writing the script, but this is why I gave, once we figure it out, I'll send you guys if you want it. My boards, if you guys are familiar with boards, of all of the pop-ups that I've ever done. So you, yes, so you don't have to like recreate. You could just borrow and copy and paste to make your life a whole lot easier. Okay, so maybe it's this one right here, Pink Weekend pop-up sale. That's another one that I shared with you, Nancy. So this is just another example of another one that I did. And then Pink Friday images, there's some more if you want to do.
And Jessica, when you're in the middle of that, when you're doing this, how much time do you have on that day that you're doing the sale? How much do you work, do you do 6 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours?
The day leading up to the day of the sale, once I have
No,
all
the
this-
actual sale,
oh,
the actual.
well, great question. Because I actually schedule all of it ahead of time, I don't have to do anything until afterwards. If you scroll down, Nancy, there's the closing text. This is where I have to do something on the day of the sale. So after all of the posts or text messages have gone out to all 30 people that I wanted to send it to, now the key would be to figure out who has responded throughout the day saying, oh, I want that. And then I just quickly respond to the text and say, great, I'll add it to your cart. That way, at the end of the day, I could just total up and be like, look, it looks like you want the 10 o'clock special and the 11 o'clock special, and you want the 2 o'clock special. Will that be all? And then keep saying that until she says, okay, you could close it out, right? And then you just give her total. And this is kind of what this script is all about right here. This closing text. And then the people who did not say any communication throughout the whole day, instead of saying, I see that you need blah, blah, blah up there at the top, it will just be like, hey, thank you for supporting my, business. Did you have as much fun as I think you did? Is there anything that you would like to add to your cart before the specials end tonight? And
So,
But
But I'm
okay,
thinking-
so add to your cart, that means, are you doing this all under my customers on Mary Kay? Or,
oh, great question. No, I literally,
you're old school, yeah.
to keep track of everybody, okay? To keep track of everyone, I write them all down because I might be out with my kids that day as somebody says, add it to my cart. I'm like, great, will do. And then I don't do anything until after the last post. Like I said, so at 5 o'clock, the last text message will go out. And then I'll take her and be like, okay, now I have to figure everything out. So I use paper to figure it all out. And then later on, I'll decide if I'm going to do customer delivery service, depending on what she ordered,
So-
or if I'm going to use my inventory. And then I put it into the computer system.
So is it automatically going up every hour
Yeah.
or you're putting it up there? You're doing that each hour?
Well, the thing is when you use Project Broadcast, you could schedule it in advance. So that's why I was saying it takes me about 8 hours the day before the sale, because I'm programming it all in my Project Broadcast to be automated the day of the sale.
Oh, so you don't have to
Automatically.
sit there for 6 hours going on and off every hour.
Yeah, no, you don't have to do that. That's why this is so glorious to pay that $14.
Yeah, wow.
Right? So it will automatically go out on its own and just be like, hi, Susie, like, here is the next message, right? And it inputs their name too. So it feels like that's what Mary Kay told us to do, make them feel important, right? So you're
Right. Okay. No, I thought you had to sit there for all that time and post those each time. Wow.
no.
Okay.
So that's why I said I don't have to think about it until the closing of it, like, because that's your most important part is right here where your closing text, and that is more individualized per person.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah, and then I just do all the orders, collect the cards that night, the Zelle or however they want to pay me. And then I can input all of these into Mary Kay In Touch and decide if I'm doing customer delivery service or my own inventory to service. So that is with,
Okay.
you can go ahead and stop screen sharing, Nancy. So that one is more with your existing customers. Okay. Now there is one that is in this link that I'm going to send you guys. And it just is called the Pink Pop-Up. Now this is actually the one that Aria Hathaway originally made, and it's very generic. I mean, it's going to have to change a little bit because of the new product coming out, but it's very generic of what you would do in a normal skincare class, right? Like it will have the skincare lines on there. It's going to have the mix and mask set, the microdermabrasions, like nothing special. No. And that one you can actually use with hostesses, right? So now you can pick a hostess. So you can start with one of your customers, do one with her if you want, of like new products. And then once she sees what it looks like and was like, that's awesome, you could be like, you know, I could actually do one of these with your friends. We just have to pick a day. You invite all of your friends and we just have to find out which ones say yes, they want to be a part of that texting that day, and they get to learn about the products. So you can do it with new customers as well. What I love is more of an educational. I just did one similar. Like I said, I kind of make it my own a little bit. So I figured in July, I was busy camping with my family for a whole week, right? But I wanted to still sell. And so I decided I was going to do a 12 days of Christmas in July with my customers. And instead of doing a 1-day sale, I did a 12-day sale, but they just got one text message every day for 12 days with that day special. And they didn't have to pay me that day per se. They could just say, add that to my cart. And then at the end of the 12 days, I'll add up all the days they wanted and total it out. And I had 26 women in that group who said, yes, they want to be a part of that. And I think I sold $1,400, but it was all programmed for all 12 days. So it just ran while I was camping with my family.
So then they are not connecting up with you and saying, well, tell me more or whatever. I mean, I suppose you get individual comments, which you could take while you're camping.
Yeah. And basically what happened when I was camping is they would just say, hey, you know, sometimes they would ask questions like, I want that one. For example, there's one that had foundation in it and they had the option of the CC cream foundation, or they can upgrade to the Time Wise, right? So then we might talk a little bit about which foundation she would want to add to the cart. And then I would just add it to her cart. But I really didn't have to touch it until the last day, right? That is the day that I would have to sit down and actually individually communicate with each person and be like, okay, today's the last day of the sale. Let's close up your cart. I have blah, blah, blah on your ticket. Here's the total. I just need your cart now.
So once you develop the skill, obviously there's a skill level here. Well, Jessica is like incredible at sharing all these things with us. And it's thrilling. Thank you so much for doing that. But it's a decision then to either go with what she already has or to create your own and learn how to create your own. If you learn how to use Canva or Piccolage or whatever you choose to use. But then it's the scheduling, and I love the fact that you do it quarterly. I did not know you did that, and it just makes it coordinates with the new lookbook, doesn't it? Hello.
Yes. And so it's educating them, and they get to watch like videos that the company already put together. And a lot of times I'll just look on YouTube, and I try to look on the videos that you got to be careful when you use YouTube videos, because you never, you know, what comes after that video, pay attention to that. But also the duration of how long the video is. People don't want to watch this like 10-minute video on that one product. But if it's like a 2-minute quick little one, like the company does great ones when we have new products that come out on the Mary Kay Facebook page, right? So sometimes I'll just borrow that link and put it into the text message so they can click on the text message from there and learn more about that product.
The
So
Facebook page.
Mary Kay's Facebook page. My Mary
Yeah,
Kay.
the one I never go to.
Yeah, the company one. There's a company one.
And they have videos there.
Yes.
Oh my
So
God.
if you,
Like-
do I still have time? Because I was gonna say real quick,
Yeah.
Nancy,
Yeah,
if you
about
want,
another 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah.
okay, if you want to make me a, what is this called? Like a co-host with you, and I could screen share real quick that project broadcast, just so they can see.
Okay, go.
Okay, perfect. All right, just make sure I'm on the right screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's just an example of what Project Broadcast looks like. So if I want to automate, right, I'm going to automate, schedule a message that's going to go out with everybody once I have it. The key is first your audience, those are your contacts, right? So you would need to upload all your contacts into here. So this is already done, so I wouldn't need to do that part because it's already in there. It does come with a different phone number. So I might send one initial text message out that just says, hey, this is Jessica, your Mary Kay consultant. This is my new texting app number that I'm going to use for my business. So they know that it's you. Right. So that might be my first initial communication with them. And then after they're used to that, then you can schedule. So if I'm going to create a new broadcast, now here is where I type my message, right? So whatever I want my message to be, and then I put in a dynamic field where it says her first name. So that way, if I text this out to 300 people, to all 300 people, it's going to insert her name right there, right? And then just continue whatever my text would be. And then you can add photos. If you do this from your phone, you could do this from your computer or your phone. It's versatile that way. This is just pulling up my images that I have on my computer, but if I'm on my phone, it will pull up all my phone photos. And hopefully I've had all these images saved from the project broadcast, or not, sorry, from the boards that I was gonna send you guys, because you could download all those pictures. And then here's where you add your contacts. Now here's where I said I make a tag. So over here, I created a tag already. And so let's just do the Christmas in July. So I did it Christmas in July for 2023 and 2022, right? So I would just click on this and it would put up all of the women who said yes to me. And I could just add all 40 people. Confirm, yes, I want to add all 40 people to this one text message. And then you get to schedule the date and the time that you want that text message to go out, and just push save. And that text message is done. So it's pretty amazing. And then let me see if I could back out because I really don't want to send that to them. Yes. And then when let's click on somebody. Here's somebody right here. So this is what it looks like on her end, just like a regular texting thing. Right, so here's the special that I did in July. The pictures aren't popping up right at, oh, they are popping up. So here's what it looked like, right? Here's day 2 special, and it gave the whole thing, the link they can click on to watch the video, and then our communication in between each one. So I was in front of them for 12 days, you guys. It was so cool. They thought about me a lot. So anyway.
That is just so there's a whole skill level, and but you know that this is where I get into, you know, if Jessica can do it, and because she's such a wonderful friend and so incredibly patient with me, I know I can do it too.
Yes,
But
you can.
it's intimidating. It's seriously, it's intimidating. It's like my boards. I'm like, I still don't get how to do it. So yeah, I downloaded your stuff, but I don't know where it went.
I know, we need to help you find that.
I
So I
know.
might have to make a coffee trip up there. You might just have to get me some coffee. No.
I know. We trade back and forth, so which is really a joy. But yeah, it's like this woman is just so amazing. So finding somebody and maybe we could tap into her even more if we need some more help with it. But do you have more questions, anybody? Not really. I just think this has just been an incredible, I thank you ever so much for doing this. Now I do have a slideshow that I want to, because we have some more things to talk about here for just for the wrap up of our meeting. But Jessica, that I didn't remember that you were a teacher, and that explains why you are so good at teaching us, because I feel like, okay, I could go back and look at this video, and yes, I will save this to YouTube. I can go back to this video and going, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. I want to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
I just set up a shop my party. I've got a hostess in Illinois. And I'm practicing with Shop My Party, learning how to do it. And that actually feeds into the same thing, because you can pre-plan some of those comments or stuff, schedule those for people they're getting a party together, right?
You could, yeah. I just haven't done it with the Post My Party. I'm kind of old fashioned as far as this goes, and then just typing it in later, but
Oh, okay. Well, man, I'm doing something you're not. That
I know, right?
I blows me away. Blows me away.
Nate, you
Anyway.
put stuff up on boards?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if Nancy, is it okay? Because I'm in your National Go Givers unit page. Can I just share the boards there with your
Oh, please. Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, you guys, it will say pink pop-up sales. And there's some old ones in there because it's every time I create a new pop-up for myself, I put it in boards so my unit could utilize it. And then also anybody else who has this board link will have it. So sometimes there's old ones in there, but it might give you ideas for creating your new. And it will have blank backgrounds so you can borrow them and use them if you wish.
What a beautiful, beautiful thing. So how many of your unit members actually do they kind of jump on this? You have 3 or 4 people that kind of get into it, huh?
Yes, Tara, my offspring, she does one every quarter with me as well. I still do I do all the creation, and then I just put it in the boards, and then she borrows it and then does it with all of her people.
Yeah,
Not
she's good to
everybody
love.
jumps on board, but she is one that consistently does. And then sometimes if I haven't jumped on it, but she wants me to, she'll be like, so don't you think we should do a pop-up for all this stuff? How about you create that?
Oh.
I'm like, okay, I guess I could do that.
Oh my gosh, how fun is that? How fun is that? Well, Jessica, again, thank you ever so much. Yes, I need to just treat you to lunch someday. Of course, then I'm going to sit and pick your brain on how to do all this stuff, because I really do need some more help with boards.
Sounds good. You know my number.
I do know your number. I absolutely do. Oh my gosh, she's just we have a very small but wonderful group of directors here in Las Vegas. And we're going to have a meeting tomorrow, as a matter of fact. I don't know if you're going to be able to go to that, but we're going to go to the meeting tomorrow and just learn, do some planning. And we're talking about Melissa, you and Cynthia and the growing Las Vegas team that we have here. We're going to be doing some more local things. So anyway, I want to just get going here. We've got like 6 minutes left, and I really want to share. So thank you. You can stay if you want to, or go feed your family.
All right. You guys have a great night. Thanks for letting me come hang out with you guys.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I really, really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, hang with me, girls, because here comes the slideshow. I know that you are just like so excited you can't stand it, right? Okay, so yeah, there it is. And yes, So we always start with our beautiful Mary Kay. And we already did our shout outs this morning, this morning, listen to me. So we really want to work together here. And this was a Jessica. Isn't she pretty and lovely? Love that girl. So I hope everybody is really aware. It seems like this is just sneaking up on me. The early ordering, of course, is today, where you can get some of your things, and some of you have to wait till the 15th. Okay. I think the pencils you have to wait till the 15th, but it's the holiday lookbook. I really want everyone to be very aware. The 17th is, when is that? Thursday. Okay, it's 2 weeks from today. No, 1 week from today. 1 week from today is the deadline for the holiday lookbook. And I honestly, anybody that you can come up with a Christmas card list. I mean, anyone. Now, it may not be, there may be restrictions on you, sending this to everybody at work, but whatever it is, get as many names as you can on there, because this is the most important lookbook, in my opinion, for the whole year, because you want to get that lookbook into people's hands. Okay. It's 90 cents a name. I think you know the drill. I don't need to go into any more information unless you have questions, but get those names entered on Mary Kay in Touch under my customers, and then sign up at 90 cents a name for the people. Okay. And there will be a sampler in there. I don't know what it's going to be. They never kind of tell us, but the deadline is a week from today. So be sure to do that. Okay. Now, a reminder about our ship. Oh, I just get goosebumps every time I look at this. I get so excited. So I'm about to figure out, I call the woman, and see if you have to call individually. I think you may have to sign up individually, but get your $100 deposit in so that you got a place. Okay. I will get more information out about that, but we want to really get this up and going. I've already ordered some cute little fun things for those that are on target, that are getting there. This is so workable. If you decide to work your business, this is so workable. And don't be like me, where you do this, you reach a certain limit and going, okay, that's good enough. No, stretch. Come on, you guys, stretch a little bit, do a little bit more, and grow your business. But use this as a good excuse or reason, and put it on your goal poster. Okay, do that. Speaking of which, this is the month when you really want to start getting your team up and going. And I mean, think about how much fun it was to go. Did you ever grow up with the ice cream truck coming up and down the street singing that what was that song that would make you crazy because you heard it so many times? But anyway, the ice cream truck. So this is your treat. This is a treat for you for sponsoring someone into Mary Kay for this month. Okay. And if you sponsor 2 people, you can get 2 popsicles. You can keep one for yourself and give one to your new team member, or you can actually add them to your charm bracelet. And I have charm bracelets just waiting for you to add your charms. Okay. So really, really focus on adding a new team member in August. Okay. I mean, is that like the cutest or what? Okay. Another reminder, and that is our August specials. You know what, I do send this out, and I send it out at the beginning of the month, actually at the end of the previous month, so that they have it in their hands. And I've been getting orders. I had a $700 week last week, or maybe 800, because this went out. It's kind of like when the lookbook comes out. Okay, once a month, this goes out, and I do send emails to my customers and add this graphic. So this is always in my pictures on my phone. If they place an order, I say, oh, thank you for your order. Do you want to add this on? And this is how I've trained my customers. And now they're starting to say, okay, I already know there's a half off item, so I want to make sure I get my $50 worth. It's wonderful. It takes about 6 months to train your customers, but it makes such a difference. And of course, basically they've got the same things on bingo as on the half off items. Okay. And I think some people were on bingo. I did not have a guest, but I was on bingo last night. Suzanne, you were on bingo last night or Tuesday, weren't you? And Maggie? I think so. So, Suzanne, I would love just a moment. What did you think about bingo? Because you haven't seen that before, correct?
Yeah, very fascinated. I couldn't believe the number of people that were on there, and it gave me a better sense of the how it works.
Right, exactly.
I
And the
didn't have
follow-up
anybody give
is
me
so
any
critical.
numbers, but I went back and said, wow, I was on this for the first time, and who wants to be on it for next week, blah blah blah. We do this every Tuesday, so I'm going to try to keep pushing this.
Good for you. Good for you. I mean, this is, and actually Melissa is someone that went on bingo, and she became much more interested in Mary Kay after doing bingo. And that was part of the layering, basically, of having Melissa join our team. So it's powerful, powerful, powerful. But the follow-up, they say, the fortune is in the follow-up, and that is the follow-up is important. And there is a survey. Suzanne, I didn't send that to you, but there's a survey, and you can create your own, or you can use mine as a follow-up to kind of like, it's kind of like, what did you like? Are you interested? And I can send that to you. You can see it, but it's
Great, thank you.
a very valuable tool. And you don't have to do anything except invite people. And it is an individual. A mass text works, but it's the individual contact that usually says, okay, yeah, I saw that thing. Yeah, I'll do it. But usually the mass text, I don't get a response. Okay, just so you know. The same thing is, I think it's so important for people to know that they can be in a drawing for $500 if they will ask you more about our business. If they have a makeover, and I consider bingo to be a contact about the product, because it's a half an hour worth of product, okay? So that would be one point, okay? I call it a beauty experience, but participating in a team building appointment, they can get 5 more entries, okay? And I mean, it's right over here, actually, right over here. So they could get a total of 6 entries if they go to bingo and learn about the business. And then finally, if they have 5 of their friends together, they're going to get another 10 entries. And they can be in a drawing. You can have as many customers as you want. So I think that if you're doing these pop-ups, then you start, and this I didn't ask Jessica, but start doing making sure you're going to booking, selling, and recruiting. So you're talking to people as you follow up about booking more appointments and about jumping in for the $500. This is also a powerful, powerful thing that you can do, okay? And I just make sure that when you're doing even a reorder business, you're selling the product, but are you asking about future appointments, and are you offering the business opportunity, which might just be, hey, I'd love to enter you in a $500 contest. Can you ask me 5 questions about my business? Bingo. Then you've got them in there. You'd be surprised how many people might be interested. Okay. All righty. Look at this consistency club. Now this is for July, but look at these 58 months, 63 months. And Tracy had $100 a day. And so we're going to be, and Colleen is going to start tracking the number of points you have for the cruise. Oh, I'm getting so excited. Okay, your 600 wholesale. Okay, that is exactly what you've got. You can get, this is going to be really fun. I don't know if you remember this, but I think we're going to have a good time with this. And you can put the stamp on there and have a good time. Okay, apparently we didn't have anyone that met the deadline to get in before noon the day before. It's like, we never have this. It's like, oh my goodness. So let's rock and roll. Me too. Let's rock and roll this week and make sure that we've got some like $500 weeks and $700, $1,000 week, because we're making up for last week, right? Okay, good idea. Good idea. Number of items sold. Beth is jumping in there, but Ruth, I'm glad to see you too. Jump in on our Facebook and do. And you know what? I really need to look at the Mary Kay Facebook page. I hope you guys are all members of that. And apparently we need to start looking at that, including me. Okay. tracking. I just like to keep bringing this up because maybe someday one of you guys is really going to track and get that car. Who would like that car?
Oh,
Who is willing to look at it? Okay, just saying. Finally, when we do have a Facebook group for the Bahama Beauties, okay, that are, and we're going to start talking about that, but I love this one. Surround yourself with those on the same mission as you. So, my friends, here we are. We've got an exciting week, right? It's
Mhm.
always an exciting week. And we are ambassadors for Mary Kay. We are here to share the business, share Mary Kay. It has to do with the product, it has to do with the business, it has to do with the personal service that you bring to your Mary Kay business. And that's the most important part, I think. We are ambassadors of Mary Kay. So, congratulations, beautiful, beautiful women. One more thing I just did. What did you think about the idea of a half an hour before? So it might be a good time to ask questions or just to have conversation because we don't have time much during the meeting. You like that? I'll just kind of put it out there. We'll see if anything happens. So I love you guys. Have just an absolutely beautiful week. Take care. Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.